All right, good evening, everybody, again. Today is our second day when we discover DevOps career, and we'll go over a few things. So we discussed on lesson first, the first lesson. If you missed the first lesson, I did post the recording in the chat, so copy and paste it somewhere so you can go back and go over it. So I'll just remind you a few statistics about this career. And today we also have our instructor, Alexei, who will be diving deeper in this learning and discovery about who DevOps are. He'll be talking about some tools and how to become DevOps, how to have freedom, work online, make over $100,000 a year, and love what you do. And once you come to his classes, you will fall in love with his career because he makes it not boring. He has a great personality and you'll enjoy it. So from basics to brilliance, that's our mission. About DevOps, a few words with projection soaring from 10 billion to staggering 60 billion by 2032. Now's the time to seize the opportunity. And if you do market research, 43% of companies actively are seeking DevOps engineers right now. That's why it's the perfect time to seize this opportunity and take advantage of it, get the skill set necessary to become DevOps, and have the dream career in this industry. I see. Oh, okay. If you are just joining, please let us know where you're joining us from and welcome to this evening. We're going to spend an hour together and I hope you will enjoy it and then you will learn more about who DevOps are and how to become one. A little bit about our company, Black Screen AI. This is a project from IT school, programming in Silicon Valley for English-speaking students. Before that, we had and still have the IT school, which is called PLUS. If you want, you can Google it. And we helped over 3,500 students to finish IT program in different, like we had different variety of courses. And they got the job and now they successfully work in the career. So this is not our first course. We've been there and we know how to do it. And the reason why we're launching it for people who speak English, because we've been helping to all those students and even not having English as their first language, they were able to get a job in America. And we decided to help those who live in America and English speaking people to get this dream career and become DevOps as well. So the company was founded in 2016 in California, and we've been having classes in person, but then we expand and we have over 25,000 online students from all over the world joining us. And I'll just go over a few testimonials, and so those are our students who already went through the program, like Demir. He came to US 2.5 years ago, worked as a bicycle rental manager, had no IT background. And why am I sharing this testimony? Because I know it will encourage those who have never been in IT industry before, who doesn't have experience in IT, and you're looking forward to get started, and maybe you have some fears or insecurities. So I want to encourage you that sky's the limit. With Alexei's experience and desire to learn, you can make it happen. Kate, she previously worked in tourism, so she didn't have IT experience either, and now she works. I think she finished QA engineer course, and so she works in IT industry as well. Michael was a truck driver, and now he has time freedom and works in IT industry as well. And right now, the course we're going to be discussing today is DevOps, and our students already went through this course as well. So they work in different companies. you name it, So every company pretty much out there right now needs DevOps engineer. Alexei would agree with me, right, Alexei?
It's a common rising trend despite all of the AI stuff, because actually you need an engineer who can set up the AI. So for the
Exactly.
artificial intelligence to work, you need somebody who can actually start the process, right? They are not capable of setting up themselves yet. And that's a good thing. So yes, it's a growing profession and on demand for sure.
That's awesome. Frank, I'm so happy that you made it from Hawaii. You joined us. I was talking to you over the phone. Welcome, and I hope you'll enjoy this lesson. So, pretty much anyone who has a desire to learn can become DevOps engineer. And we saw this opportunity on the market. We saw the problem that a lot of people they don't have this flexibility to work online and make good amount of money where you can have a quality life. And that's why we're launching this course. And if you do the market search, DevOps engineers, they're making anywhere from 100,000 to you can go and to the next level and do over $250,000 a year, which is great, because you can work online. So if something like COVID happens again, you don't depend on coming to the office every day. You can work pretty much from anywhere, even from Hawaii, and you can have a dream career, and be successful in it. So I am gonna let Alex say to continue and share with us some tools. But if you missed the first class, please watch the recording because he kind of did introduction, and today he's gonna share more insights with us. And I'm very, very excited to hear you, Alexei, and to learn more together with everyone who joins us today. So take some notes. If you have questions, write them down in the end of the webinar. We'll answer them and go over the details. And right now, Alexei, please share with us. Share with us the golden nuggets of how to become DevOps engineer and how to achieve this career.
Yes, sure, definitely. So, good evening or good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alexei. I'm a senior DevOps engineer with a 5+ years of experience, and it's keep counting. I do have engineering background, so I didn't came to the IT world barehanded. I have a master's degree on the refrigeration engineering, basically heat energy transfer technologies. So all related to the ventilation, cooling down things, and heating up them too. Um, I switched the careers sometime 5 years ago, and since then I'm successfully working on my field. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I actually being one of the students of the PSV bootcamp, but that was exactly 5 years ago when I switched over. And at certain point, sometime around 2 years ago, I decided to return the favor, and that was a lot of demand from the students and also from the seasoned software developers. Demand for the understanding of the cloud, demand for the understanding of how all of the moving parts working, demand for understanding how to properly set up the automation and how to be successful working with a cloud and also app in their careers. So at certain point, we came back to this, like me and the owner of the school, we gathered together and decided to launch DevOps course. And today you are on the second day of the introduction to the English version of this course. And we decided to do the English version because, first of all, we are all located, like most of us, located in North America. So the market required understanding of the English terminology, and basically English is the first language of the IT world. Uh, so today, uh, yesterday, or basically the day before, we went through who is a DevOps, right? What is the profession? Uh, what is the profession requirements? What DevOps is doing? Who's this guy? How it all stacks up together, set of technologies, and so on, right? And today I prepared more a deep dive into the actual technology stack. And the demo which I'm doing today will be based on the AWS cloud. So we will be working with the Amazon cloud. It's based on the GitHub. We're going to be using GitHub as the uh, as the project management tool, code management tool. So the place where we do store our code. We're gonna be using Jenkins. Jenkins, as you see this logo of the Batman, sometimes it's a Batman, but there is a very good representation of the proper logo somewhere else. And we're gonna be using Jenkins as the automation instrument or automation tool. So basically the tool which will be driving my deployment today. The third point is we're going to be using Terraform. Terraform is a tool which is used to provision cloud resources. So some of it can be done manually, basically most of it actually, but working as the DevOps, a lot of things are about the automation. So we need to be capable and understand how to write the template, which by the certain set of commands can launch us the server fully set up and prepared for us. And Terraform is one of the tools which provisions a server. So it's an empty shell or an empty box. And next tool, Ansible, is a tool which sets up that server. So Ansible is the tool which helps to fill it up with the stuff which we need to be inside, which we need to have inside. Terraform provides a basic box, and Ansible fills up this box with the additional things which should be inside. We will take a look into it deeper, of course. And the fifth one, and I would like to say thank you to the authors of the Desk Jokes website and to the Battleship game, which I found in the internet. Basically, those are the open source projects made by somebody else, and they are readily available for yourself if you really want to try to launch it locally or improve it. So at that point, we just switch to my screen. I'm gonna start sharing. For that, I gotta stop share screen of Julia. Give me, oh, okay, thank you. That works too. And hopefully I prayed properly today to our demo gods. So I'm gonna have a trouble-free demo. That's not always the case, but I guess it's gonna make it more interesting then. And we will start from the AWS cloud, right? To start with the AWS, it's super simple. You basically follow their guideline. They do have a guideline once you click sign in. And from there, you will need your credit card, yes, because it's still a paid resource. And we're going to work with certain things along the course on the paid resources, but AWS provides free tier. So what that means they gave us a credit for a year after we create the account, and certain resources are available for free, so they don't charge us. Still, they require credit card for the registration, because basically we getting our hands into the fully properly aligned cloud technology. So we can do with it either the big stuff or something small for our labs as we do. And what you're looking at currently is the main one of the services which the AWS provides. And this service is called EC2, Elastic Computing. Elastic Computing, basically a server management console. So at this point, as you can see, I did have one server which is terminated. That's exactly our demo today. I'm gonna completely set it up from scratch. It just shows that it was there, but was terminated. I do have one server which is currently running. This is our Jenkins instance. So that is the server on which I launched our automation tool. And of course, there is a Bastion server, but that one is not used, so I just turned it off. And basically, as your PC at home, you can turn them on and off at will. And in the same fashion, if you turn it on, you pay for it. If you turn it off, you don't pay for it. And that was the purpose I turned it off, right? So that is our Elastic Computing service. And that's one of the main services of the AWS or any other cloud providers. That's the place where we get resources necessary to start and launch our applications. Needed to be production or something like a demo environment today, you will be always working with one variety of it, one or another. By the way, today's lesson is highly technically saturated, so don't get scared. And in this lesson today, I'm compressing around at least 2 months worth of learning on the course. So if you don't understand something or something is too quick or too hard, it's fine. first of all, you might try to rewatch this video again. And secondly, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I will be happy to answer them afterwards. And thirdly, that's what our learning is based on, right? Our course is going from simple to more complicated stuff. Today, it is a complicated stuff. And I don't want you to be scared or trying to understand it all together. Just follow along. You'll get it for sure. So here, servers, right? We working with the servers. The other service, everything is a service, by the way, at the AWS cloud, which we will be utilizing today, is my website domain. I do have registered domain name at the AWS, right? And it's called paxel.ca. And I'm not showing it for the purpose because there is a lot of additional domain names in it, and it's all going to be recorded. So maybe a little bit later. And I will provide you the link at the end of the demo so you can try that. Hey, I definitely launched something new which didn't existed before, and it's going to be a little bit like a magic. The good example is this battleship.paxel.ca, and this website doesn't exist yet. So at the moment, you can test it yourself. The caveat here is that you need to launch all of the websites in the incognito mode. So on your computer, if you're watching it from the computer, you need to start the incognito tab. That's on the Windows or on the Linux, it's Control-Shift-N. On Mac, probably Command-Shift-N. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's what it is. And you can try this link right now. So I'm gonna post it into the chat. And there is a second one. Dadjokes.ca. 1 second. Here you go. So those two links are dead at the moment. They're not working. But they're utilizing one of the services from the AWS, which is called Route 53. It is the place where we do have our links created and aligned to point to our application, to our website. So that's the basics, what you need to know for now. So servers, and basically we need to tell where we connect our website, right? The next tool is Jenkins. I started the server separately, and basically I'm working with a pipeline. Pipeline is the way of automation. So it is the written template, another one. And this template, as you can see, I do have a lot of pipelines in my server because in my Jenkins, because I'm teaching the course. And of course, we do a lot of interesting things here. Today, we will be working with the one which succeeded an hour ago, and that is this one, demo Node.js app that jokes and battleships, right? Basically, it is the process where we describe what we want to happen, and we plug in a lot of different tech into it, and we tell the sequence in which these steps are executed. And that's actually the perfect representation of the DevOps world, right? So first we need to build something, then we need to deliver it, and then we need to test it. And right now we are creating a plan how we are going to build it. And it consists of like several steps, of course. I'm going to be jumping back and forth between different tools. So the next tool is GitHub, right? It is a tool. I don't think I open an incognito tab, of course. So the GitHub not going to be logged in. Hold on with me. Let's go back here. Here we go. And this project will be it. By the way, this project is also open to the world. So that's my repository. And from here, we can have this one. This one is worldwide open. So you can basically go there, follow me, and you can copy the code and launch it yourself. If I don't think today's lesson is going to be enough to finish it, but you can try. So that's where I store my code, and that's what we will be working with, because GitHub is the essential part of the course. It is the one of the systems where we do store our code, and basically all of the developers, and I think around 70% of the IT world. And that's where we can retrieve the code, we can see our changes, we can roll it back, and we can work with it. So this repo is open repository, and you can work with it. So Jenkins, right? Right here. That's our pipeline. That's where we automate. So what happens in the pipeline? For the pipeline to work, we write the template, which looks something like this. Again, don't get scared right away. It's a pretty big piece of the template, but the steps are
You'll
fairly
teach them
simple.
step by step, right?
Yes.
Like when someone doesn't have an IT background, so don't get overwhelmed right
Yes,
now. Just
I'm trying
stay till the end.
not to get too technical, just basically the steps which are here, right? So the idea is that we clone our GitHub repository locally into our Jenkins server. From there, we launch the Terraform tool. And this tool is specifically starts server for us in the AWS cloud. From there, we need to approve what we plan. So there are like several steps related to the terraforming. And yes, this one does plan. That one waits for our approval, because we always want to make sure that we doing what we want and we checking the logs of the basically output of the desired actions. And after that, we start the server. From there, we install Ansible, which basically going to be setting up our server after we launched it with a Terraform. And from there, Ansible does its magic and sets up the instance for us. At this point, I think it's fair to start the process and just click build with the parameters, of course, build. And from there, we wait. While we wait, I can go into the log output. Oh, that was quick wait. Yes, now it's gonna wait for my approval, and I will show you what happens inside the tool. Inside the tool, it did the plan, and here it's showing which resources it's gonna be launching for me. There's a bunch of the resources which needs to be created in case for the application to work. So it's not only simple server, but there is a creation of the additional URL address. So something which I posted earlier, it didn't work, of course, because it's turned off for the moment, but it will be working at the end of this pipeline. Once the pipeline runs successfully, we're going to be able to see the our applications. And at this point, Terraform plan, I like what it output. And from here, proceed. A little bit of magic here, right? After we click proceed, what happened? The tool starts executing and it starts creating our servers. I'm gonna shift this window to the right. And from here, I'll pick it up this one. So now, as you can see, I had only 3 servers, but if I press, no, that's a bad idea. This is the better idea. If I press refresh button, because AWS always having a little bit lagging interface, I should see the new server starts creating. So I see the status check is initializing. Basically, what it tells me that this server is provisioning. It didn't existed before because it's completely terminated, and now it's provisioning it. So here we go. And from this one, in the logs, I can see that, hey, the instance creation completed. So that works as expected. And now I'm having the specific URLs created. But this is not the end of the story yet. It's going to take
Should be
like a couple
happy
of
end, right?
minutes. And I feel safe at this point. If you guys have any questions along the way, like feel free to ask, because it's going to take another minute or two until the infrastructure is fully rolled out, so we can work with it. No? Okay.
I have a question actually.
Okay.
So when I click on the link in the chat, it's saying no server for the Battleship and Dad Jokes.
That's correct, because they don't exist yet.
Oh, we're creating them?
Yes, right now. live,
Oh, okay.
Making
Thank you.
magic.
right on stage.
Magic is happening.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a happy end. I want to see how it's gonna all operate.
Right.
All right. Thank you.
I mean, that was a purpose of this demo, to actually show that, hey, we can create something cool out of nothing, right? Basically out of the thin air. But yes, at the moment, the server is fully operational, but the application didn't launch yet. So we have to wait until everything's going to be set up properly. And I want to see the logs output here, right? And this log tells me step by step what's going on, right? So for those who are familiar with the Linux, for those who don't, that's fine. We are updating the local instance cache with all of the available packages, and we installing additional packages here right now. I think this one is installing Node.js. That step is usually fairly tricky. For those who work with the JavaScript before, you actually know how complicated it can be to set it up. And yes, some additional package for controlling the Node.js app, and Nginx for routing the traffic. We almost there. Another 30 seconds or so.
George is asking, its syntax is similar to Python.
The thing is, it's not even a programming language though. It's more like it's a templating. That's why I'm always saying the DevOps engineer is not a real developer, but later in your career you can become one if you really want. We do work with the Python sometimes, but syntax is so Jenkins uses Groovy. It's its own language. It's somehow or somewhat similar to Java, but it's not real Java. And for Terraform, we use its own templating language, which is called HSL. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. I think it's called HSL. So .tf the file name, but basically it's a templating language. And for Ansible, we use YAML, a lot of YAML. So you can basically the ops engineer can call himself like a YAML engineer. At this point, our pipeline successfully run. And what that means, those two links, I'm clicking them right from the chat. They should be live and active, but they will not be opening in your normal browser because there is one more step which is required. Unfortunately, this step is not that simple. It needs to have a proper encryption certificate, which is taking another 15 to 20 minutes to provision. That's why you need to open these links in the incognito mode. And I'm failing to do so. So my right browser is the incognito one. Give me a second. I just gonna copy paste it. And don't forget to delete this S because that's exactly what it's about. So here we go. Here's the battleships, and you can even play it. And here's the dad jokes. Here you go. So it's a simple JavaScript application which didn't existed before we launched our pipeline, and now it's working. So is anybody else trying it right now? Like single player, we can do this. The applications are buggy. I'm giving you the giveaway right away. I'm fairly sure that the code wasn't properly tested, and you can like click as many times here as it allows you. I think the game never ends or something like that. But this demo is for the purpose of demonstrating how we can start it. On the other side, DevOps engineer is also part of the security. And as part of the security, you should be capable of reading the logs of the server which you are working with. And what I'm doing right now, I'm connecting into the server, right? So there is a capability to do so. And from here, what I can do, I can actually see who connected to my server. So all of these IP addresses, they are coming from somebody. And somebody's getting 400 error, which is kind of weird. That means you are not getting the proper response. Incognito mode is Control-Shift-N or Command-Shift-N, but there is a simpler way. These 3 dots on the right, and from there you can pick the incognito mode. New window, new incognito window, basically. And once you click on it, it's gonna open the new window for you. And then you just copy paste the address. So yeah, I see fairly few people trying to connect, but you are getting 400 response. So that is the response, basically. 400, that means you're not having access to the application. And if I do it from my computer, you see all of these logs. That shows that I properly connected and I got the proper response. That's kind of interesting. Fairly few people trying to log in. It's like pressing the refresh button. George, did it work for you? At this point, feel free to open your microphone and talk with me because basically the demo part is done, but this is only like 70% of the success. I will show you the next part after questions. After the questions.
He's trying home.
Yeah, I
It doesn't
see.
work in Bing for him.
Yeah, I see. Well, different browsers. Julia, do you want to try it? Okay, somebody just connected. Looks like it.
Let's see. I'm just enjoying how fast you operate it all. And if I would want to become a DevOps engineer, I would want you to teach me because you look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
You
and
know?
this thing, yes, that is definitely the
Okay.
case. It gives not secure warning too, and that's normal because there is a one more step. Basically, the idea is that these days the internet should be safe, right? And once you try to connect to the website, it should be able to verify its identity. So it's not any malicious site trying to do something suspicious with your computer. And for that, security systems created the certificate, special certificate, which is distributed by some other company. And you need to claim that this website is mine to get this certificate. There is a way to verify it. And okay, yeah, you see. Also, it might not be working for some people because it takes a little bit of time to propagate it across the internet. It might not be accessible right away. So hence this certificate is not created for these demo websites. The Chrome is marking it as not secure. And actually, they are making it harder and harder to come to the sites like this without the proper security set. On the flip side, we are actually reviewing it along the course, and I can show you how to get the certificate for free. Because in certain cases, this certificate is like a paid option. We're trying to like work mostly with the free resources and make it as cheap for you as possible to learn what the company is actually paying a lot of money for. So it's working. That's what we have. As I said, this is 70% of the success, right? Because we only started something. We created it. We went through the steps where we use GitHub as the source, as a code source. We use Terraform step, where Terraform went to the AWS cloud and created server for us. We approved it, all of these changes. We reviewed them. Then the next step was to install Ansible on our Jenkins, verify that it does exist. And then Ansible went in and installed and downloaded all additional packages for our application. So that's how we were able to launch it. And that is the magic behind it. There's more than that involved. It takes at least a month, maybe 1.5 months to kind of get to get a proper understanding on what is underneath it and what's there, I will teach it. We will go from really simple things to stuff like this. And to finalize the demo, we need to kill our resources. That means we don't want to pay it, because right now, this server, it costs me something, I believe, on the magnitude of $30 per month. That's for me, because my account is not new, and I'm fairly, like, I'm paying for my resources. For you, once you create the account, you will get a discount from the AWS for a year, so you can experiment with things like this. That's going to be free. And now, because I don't want to pay for it, I need to turn it off. I need to kill my resources. And to do so, there is another pipeline. In this case, this pipeline, it utilizes less steps and it's simplified. Because basically, I just need to use the Terraform and tell through the Terraform to my AWS cloud, hey, this thing needs to be turned off. That's what I'm doing. So for those who didn't have a chance to try the links, they will become deactivated fairly quick in about 3 to 4 minutes. It's just a fair warning, right? So here we go. Just tell it to turn it off. It looks like this. The same steps. We copying the code from the same repository I posted earlier. From there, I'm launching the Terraform. Terraform creates a plan where it wants to delete the resources which are unused. And at this point, I need to agree to destroy all of the resources I just created. So from there, I need to approve it, of course, because I don't want to accidentally destroy something what I don't want to be destroyed. And from here, my servers will be turned off in like 3, 2, 1, joking. I think it's gonna take another like minute or something. And clearly can be visible in this console. Basically, that's the console where we work with the AWS servers. And from here, I'm just gonna be waiting until it shows terminating here. So all of this, it's a clear demonstration of the development lifecycle, basically. Because just imagine, we had a developer come to us. The guy wrote Battleships. It's a successful marketing app. Everybody wants it. He comes to us and tells us, hey, I want to have it launched. And developers, they don't really know and understand how the AWS works. And they don't really need to, honestly, because that's why they need us. And at that point, we creating this small architectural diagram. So we need to understand how to stack all of these blocks and pieces together. And we need to create the automation based on Jenkins or GitHub Actions or their other tools. And this automation successfully launches our application, right? So building, we skip the step of testing because it's a demo app. So basically proof of concept. So building and then deploying, starting the infra, adjusting it, deploying. And that's what we saw today. At this point, my server is terminated. And if you refresh your page, the links become unusable. Doesn't work anymore. So that's another proof that, hey, I just turned it off, right? So that was my demo. I highly encourage you to join our course and you will learn more things than that. And I will definitely help you to become successful in the new career and prepare you to be the DevOps engineer. At that, I'm passing the screen to Julia. Give me a second.
Let me share it. I mean, that was amazing. I mean, you made it look so easy. You click there, and then it's terminated. That was awesome, Alexei. I mean, as I'm saying, if I would decide to become develop engineer, I would want you to be my teacher. And the good thing about it is that he's not gonna take you straight to what he's doing. He's gonna do it step by step, and it will take you 4 months to complete the course. And you also will have a chance to complete the project, which will become a part of your resume. So you would have a practical experience and not just the knowledge, which is very important. But through this 4 months, Alexei will really help you to develop the skill set which is necessary for you to get the job and be successful in it. And what would be included in a course? Oh, I
You
can't
can skip
do
the
my slide.
next slide, I think.
Yeah, I don't
No?
think I can. Maybe I need some permission. Or maybe you was clicking all those buttons and I
No, that's
lost my
not me.
permission.
Sure, that's not me. Uh,
All right, let me try again. I'll just try again to share my screen. But what's amazing about this career, is that the demand is there. And as I mentioned before, that 43% of companies are actively seeking engineers right now, DevOps engineers, and so I want to show you what's included in our course.
do you
Maybe
want me
you
to
can,
take over the slides, Julian? Sorry.
if you can, just like, yeah, because for some reason,
Give me a
it
moment.
doesn't give me a chance to
So
share
you
it.
see, no
Let me.
presentations goes unpunished. Um, I'm
Yeah,
fairly
just like
sure.
let's just go through the next slide. And so what would be included is also help with your resume, help with your interview. We also help you to, we have a professional who prepares you and does the markup interview for you as well. So you would be prepared. The classes are 3 times a week. And if for some reason you miss in the class, you can always watch the recording. And what's important about this profession is you investing into yourself. And on our previous lesson, I mentioned how important it is. And me being a mindset coach, I, counsel people and go through these career priorities all the time. And sometimes I see that what stops people is, I call it crab mentality. If someone, if one crab in a bucket is trying to come out, the others stop him. So, and sometimes past failures or fears of unknown and how am I going to do it, it stops people and they don't move forward. But successful people, they make decisions and they make them constantly, and that helps them to move forward to their career. So internship will be included, career coaching, recordings. If you feel like you need to retake course, that's available as well. And what I love about this group we created for English speakers is that it's going to be a smaller group. So you would have more personal way to study, and that would be helping you to ask questions if you have them and they would be answered. And instead of spending 4 years on a college degree, you can invest in yourself and in 4 months have a skill set and career which will take you to over $100,000 a year, where you would have flexibility to live where you want, to do what you want. And I always tell to people, you got to know your why. And if you know your why, that would motivate you. Do not stop pursuing your career or learning that skill which is necessary for you to be successful. And we did prepare a special offer for you. So if you would go to college, you would spend about 4 years, you would invest at least 100K a year, and that would be a lot of money. And then statistics show us that 50% of people, they don't even use their degree. So here you invest $3,000, and Alexi, how long did it take you to return your investment?
Well, it's less than a month. Once you
Yeah, so
start working in
usually,
the DevOps field, yes.
it takes you less than a month to return your investment. And from our statistics, it takes about 2 to 4 months for our students to get the job. And we teach you step by step how to do it. We even help you with your LinkedIn account. We show you where to apply, how to apply. So you will have all the tools necessary. And I always tell the success is when preparation meets opportunity. There are a lot of opportunities to get this job as a DevOps engineer right now, but you gotta be prepared to be successful. And preparation, that's our goal, and we help you to develop that skill set. So if you're ready, if you're a decision maker, you saying, Julia, I'm in, I want to learn. I don't want to be in the same position in a year where I am right now. I'm ready to take a charge of my career and my future. And I encourage you to click the link below, make a payment, and join us right now. If you do have to make a payment using few credit cards, Alexei, can you show the next QR code?
Mhm.
You can use this one and leave me your information so I could reach out to you and help you to make some arrangements. I am also going to post, if you need to apply for a credit card, I am going to post the link where you can do that in the chat right now. Those are just few where you can apply, and a lot of banks, they're giving you interest-free rates right now. So you can do that as well. I'm going to post it in our chat right now. If you need to apply for a credit card, you can do that as well. Can you return to the previous one more time,
Yes,
Alexei,
one
please?
second.
Uh, s-
Yeah,
so,
of
but
course.
if you're ready,
Here we
if
go.
you're ready to move forward, join now. And successful people, they make decisions, and that's what helps them to achieve different results. Because you cannot do the same thing and expect to have different results. You gotta make a change. You gotta develop the skill set is necessary. And with technologies and times we're living right now, you have to have a really good stream of income. And instead of complaining about prices going up or crazy inflation, smart people, they just make more money and don't complain anymore. And they create the future that they deserve. And I understand the power investment. A lot of people who are my friends, they achieve results because they understand that the best investment you can do is in yourself, in your knowledge, because once you have it, no one can take it away. And then you produce the results with it, which creates a different lifestyle for you. So if you're ready right now, use this opportunity. I'm also going to go over the questions, and I also send a lot of emails to all of you. You can email me as well, or use the QR code as I mentioned before. And I want to ask you a question, like whoever is in the chat, like if right now I would tell you that I got a Ferrari and it's worth about $300,000, and I would give it to you for 10 grand. Would you find that 10 grand? I want to see in the chat who would find it.
Julia, there is a question asking for what's we gonna be learning in the course.
Yeah,
Yes, it's this one. So I'm just returning
yeah, we're
this.
gonna answer that. Yeah,
Mhm.
so but what I was gonna say is that this course is your Ferrari to your future, and I don't want you to miss this opportunity. So we will be learning all these tools which you can see. And Alexei, if you wanna mention something else what's not listed in this slide, you're more than
Oh, there is
welcome
more
to
than
do.
that. It is a very, very short description of the course. Um, and definitely there is yes, there is a AWS, but it's like shamefully hidden on the right. It should be like on the top of the pyramid. And well, the main focus is still more on the operational tools, which are Terraform, Ansible, Kubernetes, AWS, of course. And we do have some focus on this certain tool set like automation, of course, Jenkins, and monitoring, which is Grafana and Prometheus. But there's more than that for sure. And we're going to be taking considerable amount of time digging deeper into each one of these tools.
Yeah, that's awesome. And also, I wanna add something else. When you doing the boot camp or smaller group program, it's always very valuable. Because if you would go somewhere like to the university, there are a lot of schools out there. I did a market research, and a lot of them, they do big groups where it's over 100 people, and it feels like a lecture. And so there is no this connection with instructor where he could actually, if you feel like you got stuck with some of the tools or you don't understand it, we help you to overcome it. And there is, if you need extra one-on-one attention, there is always an opportunity to get one-on-one mentorship session with Alexei for only $70, and we give you that opportunity as well. But he tries to answer all the questions during the lectures and classes as well. And so I think that's important to me because, I invested a lot in my education. I got PhD in business, and I've been in the universities, where you like went through the lecture and professor who is teaching you, he doesn't even apply, like he's not even working in the industry. And what makes our school different is that Alexei, he works in the industry. And with IT, you know that you have to know the latest tools which are being used on the market. Alexei, you would probably agree with me, right? And so Alexei, he is working in the industry, so we wouldn't even let him teach you if he wouldn't be working in the industry. And I think that what puts us apart from any other boot camp out of there. And also, I have another slide with more questions. Let's go over them just in case someone wants to know how long our classes are. So it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours per class, 3 times a week. And the schedule of the course, like it's all live classes. That's very important too. It's not just the recording, it's all live classes. But if you need the recording, we make it available to you as well. So the recording usually is available pretty quickly as well. Mentorship sessions, mock interviews, interview coaching, resume building. That's very important. And the practice experience, which you can put price tag on. That's very important. You don't just get the certificate about the course completion, but you also will know how to apply the knowledge which you received. And that's very important because when you come to the interview, they don't look at your certificate. They want to know that you know how to apply the tools which they want you to know. And that's our goal, to just take you from zero to the point where you got everything ready, you get the job, and then you just develop and you go to the next level. And as I mentioned earlier, the start is about $100,000 a year, but there is a room to grow, right, Alexei?
Oh yeah, for sure. With the current trend
Yeah.
towards the AI and all of the modern computing technologies, the sky is the limit. And my prediction is that DevOps demand just going to be rising because DevOps
I mean,
engineer
it's
can
already
save a lot of money.
43%. Mhm.
Sorry.
No, 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 go ahead.
I'm saying DevOps engineer can save a lot of money for the companies, and a lot of companies starts realizing that they actually need to nurture that culture where teams become more finance aware, and they need to understand the impact of what they are developing on the bottom line of the company. So DevOps definitely can help with that and help to save a lot of money. So this profession is going to be in demand for a really long time.
Yeah, so don't wait till tomorrow. Don't delay this for another few months. Take an action now. So if we are planning to start this course in the end of April. So if you start now in 4 months, you already be ready to start applying for a job. And then while you're applying, you finish in your practice project. And that puts you in a position before September, you could be already having your dream job. So don't waste your time. Become a DevOps engineer, create the skill set, and we would be honored to have you in this group because this group I think is going to be very special because we're going to make it smaller and we want to really put personal personal touch in with every student. So I want to thank you for being with us today. Alexei, can you please return to the slide with a QR code where
Mhm.
uh, they can press the bottom and yeah, so you can just scan the QR code. I'm also going to post the link if you can't do the QR code, the link where you can purchase it as well. If you have questions, reach out. Don't be shy. If you need any arrangements, we can we can discuss that as well. So there is a straight link to make a payment. If you're an action taker, you want to be successful, and you don't want to miss this opportunity, then I encourage you to do it right now. And thank you again for being with us. And we're looking forward to seeing you as one of our students. And I also want to say thank you to Alexei for helping us to learn more about this career and making it look like it's not so hard. And you know how to take us there.
Oh, that's
Like
always easy. Sure.
you really made it look like it's a magic. I was happy to see happy end when everything lined out, you know. So thank you again for being with us. I wish all of you a wonderful evening, and we're excited to see you soon at this group, at this course, and don't let anything to stop you from achieving your dream and getting this dream career. Bye,
See you a
Cindy,
lot.
and have a wonderful evening, everybody.
See you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.